Peace, 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 peace. It is your sister Room, my Lisa Temple, beautiful upstate New York, Hudson Valley, and we are back with you on another UnRead book review with Nick and Rue. It is Saturn Day. It is springtime. Spring is springing. Aries is Ariesing. And baby, we on fire. We coming out the gate with something for you today. We are so excited to have Miss Pronoia herself on over here with us, Sister Foxy and Roxy, Goddess Rael over here about to share with us some information that is going to take us higher. And you know we love being high. We love it. And so we are here, and I'm so excited to be back with you. Like I said, I'm your sister Ru. If this is your first time here with us, welcome. If you're coming back, welcome back. Thanks for coming back. And listen, just like you see her sitting here, if you got something that you want to share, don't be shy now, because Nick and I may have all of the books, but we don't have all of the books. So if you got something you want to share, please don't hesitate. And also to all my authors out there, if you are writing a book, written a book, you had your brother, your mother, somebody wrote a book, share it with us. We'll put it here on this platform, and we'll get you out there and let people know what it is you're doing and what it is you have to offer. We have some more guests coming up, some authors coming up in the next couple of episodes that will continue to share their work with us. You know, we love to be able to keep the information going. And as we know, it's important for us to tell our own story. So with that being said, listen, I had a long week. My week started out with a long story. So I'm going to give it to you, Nick. How are you doing? And please, I can't wait to get over there to Rael. But what's going on with you, Nick? I know them children's is back from spring break, so they got to be about rowdy right about now.
Oh, well, we haven't had spring break yet. Ours is coming up in about 2 more weeks. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I know down south they had their spring break. They're coming back from spring break. But yes, we are crawling to spring break, counting down the days, because March is a doozy of a month when it comes to the school year. It's the longest month, no holidays, well, except for Eid. So, Eid Mubarak, we had that yesterday. But aside from that, yeah, we don't get any holidays, any days off. It's a full 31 days. So we are trudging ahead. A couple weeks till spring break, and then once spring break comes, it is all downhill. And yes, you are absolutely right about that fire energy, because today's the 21st. 2 + 1 equals 3, and 3 is a fire number. So we know the goddess Rael, she definitely gonna bring the fire, because if you catch her on her platform on Pronoia Starseed Podcast, I swear, I say she be preaching when she get up there and get them channel messages the way she be bringing the heat. So we got a little bit of that, and then when we add up the sum total, March 21st, 2026, that adds up to a 7, and 7 is that the reader, the researcher number, and it's also that number of mysticism and spirituality. So knowing how the goddess Rael goes in on Pronoia Starseed Podcast, I have a feeling we're gonna get a combination of that fire, that passion, some creativity, and also some information for your growth and development and your refinement, because that number 3 is self-improvement and growth. But we're also going to get, obviously, books and some research and some spirituality in there. If I would make a prediction of what I think she might bring, I think it's going to be very much aligned with the energy. So yeah, I don't want to take up too much time. I want to go ahead and get into these books, but we'll also have a little bit of a conversation about who the goddess Rael is, just in case anyone is new to this platform or new to this sister that we have on here. So I'm excited. Let's get into it.
Yes.
I'm excited. Yay. Thank you for having me here. First of all, two of my favorite people. I'm getting excited. I'm excited to be here because I don't go places I'm not welcome and I don't go places I'm not comfortable. So I'm very comfortable and I feel very welcome. So thank you for letting me be here today. And I love books. Okay. So I've always been one of those people that like I have a lot of likes, but so many people around me do so much. So I just sit quietly and watch and observe. That's the Aquarius in me, you know, the observer. That's because I have an Aquarius South node. So that means that I've been Aquarius many lives. And so I understand that scientific just watching and admiring. And I love this. This is, first of all, this is one of the only podcasts that I watch. And I'm not lying. I told Nick this and I mean it. Because I don't like to be influenced by other people's information a lot. And that's just how I've always kind of been. I don't watch a lot of TV. I don't watch a lot of podcasts. I might flip through. I will watch some reels and laugh a little bit because I got to break up the, you can't be spiritual all the time. You know what I'm saying? But I try to not be influenced by other things. But this podcast makes me feel smart. I feel like I know something when I leave here. Every time I watch, I try to make sure I watch when you guys are live, and then if I don't, I catch you and I'll go back and watch because it's one of my favorite podcasts. So I'm excited to be here. I got chills for real right now.
Thank you.
It feels like back in the day when we was on the phone, Joan. This is what it feels like right now. I feel like we in person, we upgraded a little bit. We see each other now.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But it's the same like energy. So thank you for the invite. I did pick out 2 books. I'm excited I got to pick out 2 books. But I did want to do a quick honorable mention. I promise I will not go into any of these books. I just want to honorable mention. And when I show you these books, you'll kind of get an understanding who Goddess Rael is, because I'm not only very spiritual, I'm very wild. And so some of the books I read are not just normal, spiritual books. I read all kinds of stuff. And some stuff I don't read. I just put it on my bookshelf because it looked good. And then I go back and be like, yo, I should read that. So one of the books I picked tonight was one of those books that was calling to me and I had never gotten around to it, and I had plenty I could pick from, but it was calling me again. It was like, no, no, ma'am. So I actually got into it and started reading it. And so I'm excited to get into it. So can I share with you my honorable mentions first?
Please.
Okay. All right. So the first honorable mention, I will say a little bit about this first one. That's the only one. Okay. This one is called Don't Worry, Make Money by Richard Carlson, Ph.D., right? So it says spiritual and practical ways to create abundance and more fun in your life. And this book was given to me in 1999 by my cousin, Kanitra. And she gave it to me when I used to look up to her. And she knew about my rough childhood when I was growing up. And she saw something in me. And it was weird because I was like, why is she giving me this book? Like, why is she making me a book called Don't Worry, Make Money? Like, I'm not thinking about making money. 1999, I was about 18 years old. So I definitely was not like, that wasn't my focus. I didn't understand. But when I started reading the book, it's more than that. It's like, don't allow anything to throw you off of your path. Like, if stuff comes your way, just don't worry. Keep going towards your goal, basically. And I love this book. It's one of my favorites. It was given to me a long time ago. And it's what got me into reading further to understand myself. So these are my honorable mentions. Okay, I'm going to go through them real quick so we can get back to the real thing. The Book of Psychic Symbols. Melanie Barnum. Or Melanie Barnum. Okay. The Tipping Point. How Little Things Can Make a Big Difference. Malcolm Gladwell. I read this book so many times, the pages are falling out.
Yeah, same author of The Outliers.
We love that one.
Yes, I love this book. Okay. I got this from one of my uncles. I'm not going to explain it. Let it explain itself. It's called In Search of Goodpussy, Living Without Love. The Real Truth About Men and Their Relationships. Just telling it like it is. Don Spears.
Don Spears looking like Don Juan, the bishop.
Well, he in search. So what you expect? You know what I'm saying?
Honorable mention. Now I gotta see. Okay. Tayannah Lee McQuillar. Okay, y'all. Here's the name. It's called Rootwork.
That's a very popular book.
And I got one more. Who wrote the Bible? Richard Elliott Friedman.
No, that's one of my favorites.
All right. Thank you for those. So,
Thank you.
Thank you. And Nick, you'll be putting the list of those, the honorable mentions, down in the description when we get finished and have this available for playback, correct?
I can do that. Yes, I can do that.
Or I can, you know what? I actually took the opportunity to write down the names. I can write them in a comment in the section if you didn't already have it for the description. I didn't know she was gonna give us honorable mentions today. So that's why I'd like to be able to at least refer people to those in case they're interested as well.
Yeah, no, that's good. Yep, I wrote them down as well. And yeah, listen. The goddess,
well,
she had a hard time.
You can type them in the chat yourself, young lady.
Yeah, I can. I absolutely. Yes, after the show, and I'll put them in there.
See, look at that. Teamwork make the dream work. Absolutely. Look at that.
That's right. That's right. Hey, listen, y'all. She had a hard time narrowing these books down. So
I can tell. I know a fellow book lover when I see one. Because we can't pick just one.
That's why I was like, oh, please let me just do this real quick. So, so this is the book that called my name in the bookstore, actually at the thrift store. No, yes, it was the thrift store. It's always a thrift store. And then when I was looking for the book, and I was like, it was going to be Medea. When I went to go get my Medea book, I had read it so much. So when I read something, I read the hell out of it. And it was from school. So it was a playbook. So it was soft. And so the pages had come, the whole Medea story, it was 2 stories in it. The other story was in there. Medea was gone. So when I was like, how am I going to present a book and I don't even have the inside of the book. So instead, this book was like glowing. You know how I do the Pronoia? It was glowing off of the, like, hello, pick me. So it's Jesus and the Lost Goddess. Ooh. The Secret Teachings of Original Christians.
Ooh.
And it's crazy because I did not read this book until, I knew I had it, and I kind of was like, oh, okay, I see the I see what we're going to get into, but I did not know. I really didn't know. And when I read the book, most of it, I will say is a very good read. It has a lot of information. It has a lot to do with Gnosticism. Okay, so it's talking about the original Christians. And in the book, the authors kind of describe them as more of mystics and believing in mysticism versus the literary Christians that we have now. And so I thought that was very interesting. Like that really, the way that they broke off and how it became Christianity in this author's book, how it all was described was very interesting because I've always focused on like the mother, but I really didn't know a lot besides the videos I'd seen on Sophia, right? And so it talks a lot about the goddess Sophia, which means wisdom, and about Sophia Christ. And I was like, okay, this is crazy because I already went down this road a couple of weeks ago. And now this is the book that's been talking to me because, again, I'm about to do another mother show. And so this book definitely gave me some great information on how the goddess was removed from all of the texts and, how the different tribes or the different religions kind of broke off and that's why, like, they all told their own kind of story. And when you get together and group up, you start creating more of a religion versus your own free thinking. And so in the beginning, it was more about going towards your divine calling and, knowing yourself versus being more of a religion. And it shows you that, but they talk about it a lot in this book. And I had no idea what I was getting into. Okay, so first of all, the reading, I consider myself an educated woman. You know, I read a lot. Some of these words, I had to go deep. Okay, I had to read the words and I had to go look them up. I said, man, listen, it's been a minute, so I had to go look them up. But it just ended up taking me down rabbit holes of more and more learning. So if you are ready to learn about the goddess, this is a great starter. If you're looking to learn about Gnosticism, the way that really the original Christians were described, and it was more of a even balance. It was more of a God and goddess, a need for each to create. And it was such a respect for women in the beginning. So I found this to be an amazing beginning. I didn't finish it all, and I'm looking forward to finishing this book, but I wanted to bring it because it was inspiring. And it kept calling to me. And then I never read the first book, The Jesus Mysteries. I've heard of it, but these same authors wrote The Jesus Mysteries. So this is a picture of them from the back of the book. Timothy Freke. I don't even know if that's how you say his name. Freke. And Peter Gandy. But so I'll give you a little bit off the back of the book. It says, because they were portrayed Jesus and Mary. Okay, it says, why were the teachings of the original Christians brutally suppressed by the Roman Church? Because they portrayed Jesus and Mary Magdalene as mystical figures based on pagan God-man and goddess. Because they show that the gospel stories is a spiritual allegory encapsulating a profound philosophically that leads to the mystical enlightenment. Because they have the power to turn the world inside out and transform life into the exploration of consciousness. And that's what this book is all about. It's really telling you that, like, even Jesus, the Christ, was a consciousness. You know, it describes that in this book, that is actual consciousness and not a being. And that Sophia was wisdom. So it was, when I think about the return and I started reading this book, it all came together like, wow, if we're talking about return of Christ, and you see all these people who are we're going into the age of knowing, meaning we're moving into the age of wisdom. Like, to know is to experience, because the only way you can know something for yourself, like to know, is to experience it. And once you experience something, you become wise. That's how you become wise, is through experience. And so if that energy is returning, we talked about the mother returning on Pronoia quite a few times, me and my Lisa, and quite a few times I've talked about it. But if we're talking about returning, and the way that this book describes her being like removed for the purpose of, it's really for the purpose of confusion. And for us to start thinking about, if she's returning, if that wisdom is returning, what it could possibly bring, as far as where we can go, as in how we will process information, how we will start to look at things that are coming in more in a way of like experiences. We're going to have more experiences. It's not going to be just thinking about it. It's going to be actually getting to know it. And in this book, the people who first started to follow Sophia, they followed their own internal guidance. Like, it was more about the feminine energy back then, knowing. And so it's saying we're returning to that knowing. And I'm excited to know that we're moving into an age where the balance is coming back. And so that's what this book is talking about. The goddess was being replaced with just Jesus. It wasn't that Jesus didn't exist. It was just that she had been removed, and why she was removed, and how we broke off into different cultures based on, again, the stories that we told. Everybody had their own experiences. And so these were how the books or the Bibles or these different writings were created. But that wasn't how originally that the Christians believed. Oh, you put the book in there. I was wondering what that was. You know, I'm easily pulled over by the comments. That's what I do on Pronoia. I read all the comments. So excuse me. So
we also got 22. Shout out to Adonis catching those synchronicity numbers.
Yes,
I saw him as well. Those some twos, you know, it's my numbers.
Yes, and there's my birthday right there, 2/23. But I'm just excited to see this kind of writings even being out like now, like stuff like this being, because when I went and did some research, because I had never really seen this book before, and I was wondering, because it looks like a book that many people would have in their library, or especially like master teachers. And I looked into it, and there were master teachers I saw who actually were studying this book as well. Bobby Hemmett was one.
Yes, that was my teacher.
Mm-hmm. And so I thought that was very interesting because, again, it was calling me. It was just telling me this is the time for us to dig deeper than what we, believe. Again, when I talked about the mother, I never spoke of Sophia. I spoke of many of the goddesses, but I never spoke of Sophia. So I would love to have my Lisa come back on. And when we get, into the mother this year, we could get more into this story as well. By that time, I should be done with this book. And it's always around Mother's Day, around, we celebrate our mothers. And so this book was great because, again, it ties into what I already do and I tap into is in the feminine energy, but it was parts of it I had never known, like how Christianity actually was based off of more of the mystical than the literary. And it came later. It came much later. And that people were actually, being killed to practice Gnosticism and to believe and to teach these kind of secrets, because now they're considered secrets, but they weren't. They were the original teachings. So, yeah, that's why I wanted to present this book. I thought it was a really dope book. And yeah, that was it.
Yes.
I did take some notes though, but it's a lot. It's a lot to read. Again, some of the tribes or some of the types of religious followings, I was not even familiar with the way they broke off early on into these groups. But it made sense that, eventually we are getting a watered down version of what Christianity started off to be. And I can understand now why we are drawn to Christianity so hard. But it's like always when you mix some lies in with some truth, if you are a person who seeks truth, you're going to seek truth in everything. And so when you only being fed one thing and it has some of your truth in it, you're going to resonate with it at some point. But if you think about it, my soul resonated so much more with the original teachings, the Gnosticism, and the belief in God and Goddess, because I don't believe there's an imbalance anywhere in the universe. So I don't understand how there could be a father, a son, and no mother. She had to be written out. And of course, if we think about wisdom is always been tied to the woman, right? The mother, the wise one, the oracle, wisdom. So wisdom comes from experiencing and knowing. And in wisdom, you can sometimes see things ahead of time. And so to have a women feel empowered in knowing who they truly are and that they carry wisdom would be too much. And that's also a part of why she was written out. It's like to write out not just the feminine energy, but the empowerment of what the feminine energy holds, what it makes you feel like when you know who you truly are and what you truly carry. And if we take that part of us out, the caring, the compassion, the creativity, like Sophia is a lot. Like that's a big part of what they worship. Like the blood and the bread and the blood that they worshiped in Jesus was actually originally associated with Sophia. You know, so they were taking that, and that was an honor. And so when you change, we talked about the names over there in Pronoia, like when you change your name, it changed. So when you change gods, think about the energy you change. Like if you change the way you do things and who you worship, it makes a big difference. So hiding the God has made a big difference in who we became and who we are becoming. And for her to return, or this energy to return, makes a big difference in who we are becoming at this time. And just to even have this in our hands and being able to read it freely, any type of information that we get over here, to be able to read it freely. Like there were times when you would be killed for just reading a book like this and having a thought that wasn't in line with everyone else's thoughts. Like, and now you're able to freely say, you know, oh wow, there may be something else to this. It may not just be this one road. It may have started, maybe it was more mystical, because now look at the world we're seeing now. Everything is going back to that time, back to the old age is the new age. I say that all the time. The old age is the new age. If we go back, because we just circle around. That's all that's happened. It's being recycled. And so, of course, she's going to be revealed. You can't hide the mother forever. You really can't hide anything. So this was a great book. I thought it was a great read. Have you read this, Lisa? You have?
Yes.
Look at her. She's like,
She has.
You know what it is you know how this is the age of Aquarius. Let me just say that. And I love the fact that you brought this book. I love that you're so excited. You know, I love that you're so excited. And the reason why is because when my peer group that I was, you know, coming up with, being refined with, when we started learning about this stuff, nobody wanted to hear what we had to say. They thought we were absolutely off our rocker, pro-woman, you know, we hate men. Yeah. And it's like, no, I'm just telling you what was happening. You know, and it's the Gnosticism that people, if they would only ask the question, what came before Christianity, your answer is clear, because it was there and it always has been, you know. And so none of this is new. This is old returned. Yeah, you know what I mean? So for some of us, we looking at this like, well, welcome to the party. Right. You know what I mean? Because the rest of us already got our streamers and our third drink. Like, right, we are here for the party. And so it's really exciting, though, to see people picking up this information right now and being able to view it with the eyes of your youth. You know what I'm saying? Because, again, we're talking about the now. We're not talking about then. We're not talking about the future. We're talking about right now and what's going on right now. Yes. Now, does that require us to do a little bit of looking back? Absolutely. You know what I mean? And for all of those who know Melissa Temple, we have a fundraiser for research for this topic. We tell them, Nick, we have a fund ready for this, because the research is there. You looked on the back of that cover and you showed those authors. Do they look like us? Nope. Are they even women? Why? Because that's when people listen. Well, it's time to change the narrative. This is our story. How you gonna tell her? Right. How you gonna tell her story without her? Absolutely. But see, what's crazy was when as I read books. So the thing about books like this, when they call for me, they call for confirmation. This is nothing that I didn't know. This is all information I knew. I just didn't have a name for her. So I had all the other names. Remember, she's the goddess. She's Isis. She's all the goddess. She's the goddess of 10,000 names. So for sure that
I've already known her. She wanted me to recognize her in a different way. And so when I read this book, to see these people be able to depict her, when I saw that also a reason I grabbed this book, because I'm like, ooh, because I've always been interested in every point of view. And for us, a lot of times we weren't able to put out stuff like this be able to, it ain't gonna be worldwide. We may be able to sell it in a smaller bookstore somewhere else, but it wasn't it wasn't always available. Where you can go get it on Amazon, you can go get it in Barnes and Nobles. So when I seen it, of course it called to me, but it went on my bookshelf because my heart wasn't pulled to it until now. And again, that Sophia story came to me recently, because I wasn't studying Gnosticism, but however, all the goddesses have always been around me. And so it was like, here's a new story to tell the people who don't know about, and again, it helped me help the Christians in my life, because a lot of people, again, look at me and they're like, she's so damn woo-woo, because my family's not woo-woo. Okay, nobody in my family is very, very, very spiritual, but they don't not accept me. Most of my family, they like, that's just who she is. You know what I'm saying? But if you looked at us in a whole, that's not who my family is. But if I tell them the story, they listen. When I speak, they listen, because they understand that I'm coming from a place of confirmation. This book only brings confirmation to the things that have been, and that's what I do on Pronoia, our channel. So when I read things like this, I do get excited because it confirms so much within me. Like, yes, that's why they hid her. And this is why
they hid you. They hid you from you. You are her.
Exactly. I know, because I've had experiences where I know that I am her. That's the craziest.
It's like this is why there's nothing new to you in there, because it is you. Absolutely. It's like, wow, this is my story on paper.
Exactly. And that's
but it's always nice to know who's telling my story.
Yes, absolutely.
And that's why when I look at the authors, I don't have a problem with the information they brought, because they were very thorough and they didn't tell any lies. They actually exposed some of the lies.
A lot.
But at the same time, why are you telling me my story instead of somebody that looked like me telling me my story? Why don't I know my own story? I was there.
Right.
Why don't I know? Why don't I remember what happened that I don't know my story?
Yes.
And that's where the disconnect happens.
Absolutely.
And it's not like we're going to go back and we're going to find the root and we're going to blame the person. This is not about blame and why I don't know. It's about the awareness of realizing right now, damn, I don't even know who I am.
Yes.
I don't even know who I am. How can I be becoming? Yes, representation matters. How can I be becoming and I don't even know what I am? You know what I'm saying? You could be thinking you a butterfly and you a zebra.
Exactly. But see,
you know what I'm saying?
Problem is when you've been programmed so long that you were a butterfly, even when you realize you're a zebra, you got to keep reminding yourself you're not a butterfly. And sometimes these things pop up as reminders that you're not a butterfly. So that's why I love books, is because you can get that confirmation. And in particular, I was watching UnRead, and you went down to Edgar Casey. When you went down you took me down. And it was so many confirmations, because what Edgar Casey does, I do. That's how I get my information. And so it made me not feel crazy. It was like, wow, okay, there are other channelers who know, it's just confirmation. So this book, again, it was just like, oh yeah, somebody, just like you said, is writing my story. And I felt the spirit when I read it, and it was like it was just another goddess downloaded. It was just another opening of a consciousness downloaded. So it's funny tonight. I have temple talks. Of course, I'm gonna be like, Perry, look what we were talking about earlier. It's gonna be like the goddess want to be heard, and so it was like knocking at the door. But like you said, it's a part of who we are, and because I'm becoming wiser, of course, she's gonna want to be closer to me. It's like I'm growing in my wisdom, so it's allowing me to be closer to who I truly am. So that book was calling.
Is she going to keep coming?
Oh,
she's going to keep coming. She's going to keep coming. Wisdom is woman. When woman is in her fullness, she is walking wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? This is why you have the mothers of the villages that tend to everyone, and they hold the stories and they hold the medicine and all these different things. It's not that other people can't do it, but it's nothing like it coming from mother's mouth.
That's right.
Sitting at mother's foot.
Yes.
Hearing the stories, just listening, using your imagination to see what it is she's telling you.
Mm-hmm.
Not just hear it, not just digest it. You want to see it, you want to feel it, you want to remember, you want to be there. And that's what books are able to do for us. And I love that. And I love that you brought this book. Thank you so much. And I'm gonna have to spank you because you have to go back and look. We got a bunch of Gnostic books up here. Me and Nick stay in the Gnostic books.
Oh, okay.
We live in there. The prayer Jabez.
I watched that
recently.
I was watching that one.
You know what I'm saying? We had the lost symbols of Jesus.
Yeah,
we had all these different things. So listen, we love that space.
Well,
so always feel welcome to bring that kind of information and share it, because I am excited to see you sharing that and coming into it. Now, one of my questions would be, is that I know you have daughters. So how are you using this new information to connect with your daughters and share this information with them?
So my daughters, everything I do, my kids are not raised like normal kids. You know what I'm saying? Everything I do, my kids is with me and they are watching me. So it would be funny. I wish they were here. I wish they were here so they could even just speak on the goddess energy. My kids are very aware, very, very aware, and they walk in their awareness. And I love that for them, because I was not aware of who I am. Like, my kids be looking at me crazy sometimes, like because they know who they are early on. So it's just this type of when I finish this book, this is something that my 10-year-old and I can definitely get into. My 7-year-old, she is so much like me. She's such a spirit. She talks to spirit type child. But the 10-year-old, she's gonna be like, and what else happened? And she's gonna want to read this herself, because they're very into the goddess energy. They're very into knowing like there's a mother and a father, because at school they teach them Christianity. They teach them about Jesus, and this is public school. And I don't even remember the stuff that they wasn't even teaching me the stuff that they was just teaching my child when she came home the other day. And I was like, they taught you.
Yeah, that's new in the school system now. Well, they brought it back anyway. So
yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. So
we talked about that in during Human Rights Week about a year or so ago. We talked about how they were going to bring back that stuff and nobody was going to pay attention till it was there. Yeah, and now it's there.
And I ain't like it. I don't really like, because I was like, she was telling me
they took away Black history and gave you Christianity.
Yes, and my kids come home, and of course my kids now they know they're not Christians. They know. So she was like, my mommy, they said, and I was looking at them like, and her teachers was like, Jai is very expressive, and I'm like, I know. Jai was homeschooled. Of course she's expressive. Like Jai would be like, no, but we don't, like, she'll just tell them we don't do that over there.
Yes.
We believe that there's a balance. There is a goddess and a god. Oh no, your mommy taught you that? But that's not what my mommy taught me.
I like that.
I'd be like, oh goodness, because I didn't even know y'all having these kind of discussions in school. So I'm gonna have to be up there so we can have these kind of discussions, like, because it has to be an even playing field. Don't be, because Jai feels like kind of left out sometimes, in school, because her teacher will be like, well, this is and Jai say, well, no, that's not what that's not what I learned. Do you know who Sophia is? She's that type of child.
Hey,
you heard about Jesus, but have you heard about Sophia? She's the like Jehovah's Witness Sophia peddler. She'll go, have you heard about Sophia Christ? Need Sophia in your life.
I love it. I love it.
Real.
I know Nick is like, they just chit chatting away.
Sorry.
Nick, what you got for us? I know you got some questions.
Look, I could have just did this. I could have just did that, but no, I love this. I love this, and I have not read this one, Jesus and the Goddess, but I do have this one.
Hey, the missing piece.
Yes, I do have the Jesus Mysteries, and I went through a similar experience with a book being called to me, because I went to Barnes and Noble one year, maybe back in like 2017, just looking for something. I don't know what I was looking for, what kind of book I was looking for, but I was called to the religion section, the Christianity section, and then this book was in the religion Christianity section, and it just happened to be right around the Christmas season, because Jesus is the reason.
The reason for the season.
Yeah, you know it. Yeah, so this is what I was called to, this book in Barnes and Noble, the same way you was called to that book, and this book reiterates much of what you described in the Lost Goddess. Of course, that one focuses on Sophia and the goddess, but just like the same thing with the Gnosticism, this book goes deep into the Gnosticism, and not only Christian Gnosticism, but Jewish mysticism too.
Yes.
Goes into both of those things, and it shows you the parallels between the other ancient civilizations and their stories and mythologies, like the Persian and the Kemetic and all of that, and the mystery schools. So yeah, this is a great book as well. And they also, in addition to the ones that Rael and I have, they also wrote Laughing Jesus too. So they got that one too. Yeah, they got the Laughing Jesus. So
That's the one that talks about his experiences with the Buddha and the Buddhists.
Yes.
See, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I might have read a book or two.
You be knowing, but yeah,
you know what it is. I love this. You know what it is. I love this. This is the stuff that you can't buy. Nobody can give you. You can't steal it. This is a joy that only you get when you get it, and once it's yours, nobody can take it away. I had a very interesting week, but my joy right here. I even said to somebody last night, I said, watch me get on here and I'm gonna be smiling and laughing and having a good time. You know why? Because this is what I do. This is my space. Mm-hmm. And when we understand the goddess more, we understand this is her space. The teaching, nurturing, loving, submissive space that we get to be in when we share with people and be vulnerable, and we receive people and be vulnerable. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times that's all people looking for is a little open window where they can just say, oh, I could breathe a little.
Yes.
And you can breathe in the goddess, because the goddess ain't choking you out like that.
Nope.
Her waters is wide.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Her waters is wide.
Yeah.
What was that one? In Search of Goodpussy. So I'm just saying. In Search of Good water. So but yeah, this is a great offering. I mean, so how do you see yourself incorporating that in your next episode that you'll be doing about the mother?
Well, Mama Roo, we will.
Oh, okay.
We will.
Nick just disappeared. He's like thinking about it. He's like, I'm gone.
Yeah, y'all too. Yeah, y'all will.
It's been kind of like a tradition, Mama Roo, I lost my mom in 2021. That's funny because today is the 21st. Oh my God, I just looked down. Today is 3/21. Her birthday was 3/12. So shout out to my mother right now making an appearance. Okay.
Yeah, well, she always making an appearance. Love you, Miss Karen.
So yes, this is going to play a great big old role around other teachings. Of course, this is just the beginning. You know, I'm one of those people, when you give me a little taste of something, you gave me a taste of human design, I had to be like, okay, we got to have a whole show about that over here. Now, you know, I love the mother, and you know, I love to learn about the mother. So this is definitely going to play a role in part 3 of the mother, because this will be part 3 that we'll be doing. And I was already focusing on Sophia. So this helps to go down that road this time. And I think that's actually like truly been what's been calling me. I am going to be a little vulnerable real quick about the mother energy. I had recently had an experience. I was in the shower, just, you know, I wasn't even feeling bad. I was feeling real good, right? I'm chilling, I'm taking the shower. And I started thinking about, and it's crazy, since my life has changed so much as I've developed in my spirituality, I think about divine more than I think about anything else. And I'm in the shower, and I started hearing like, and I'm feeling sad now. It's like, think about how long, like think about how much abuse the mother has gone through, like just that energy, just the disrespect and the being hidden and being lied about and being misused and abused, but still being needed. Like think about the fact that nothing would exist without that energy. Nothing would exist. Like not a flower would grow, not a bird would chirp, nothing beautiful would exist without the mother energy. Nothing creative would exist. And to think, like, it was just an overwhelming feeling of sadness that I got. And I cried, and it wasn't even for me. It was like a whole nother, like I had to let that shit out. It was so heavy. And it was just like, wow. Like I felt everything for it. And I just couldn't imagine. It was a lot. And so I knew that was a story. Like it was after I started studying Sophia, but like I was already thinking about the mother show, but it just came to me in the shower. It was just like, think about how I feel. Like nobody thinks about, they think about what I can do, but no one thinks about how I feel. Like
Thanks.
We always discuss it from a standpoint that it's not, it's energy. And nothing, like if you talk to a snowflake wrong, that shit warps into some ugly, distorted figure. And think about how disrespected this energy has been for so long. And we need it right now. And it's coming back, but it's just like, think about all, like, it's like pushing up through the dirt. That's what it feels like. Like being reborn through like my rebirth, I felt so much in alignment with what's going on right now. And that's what it was felt like. It was like being reborn and knowing that the reason you died are the people you're saving now. Like it's the disbelief is the reason why you don't exist right now. Like the reason why you were not able to be here all this time was because we wouldn't wake up. And now we have, and it's going to be hard. It's like pushing through dirt because not everybody is willing, but it's coming. So it doesn't matter. It's been coming. It's been growing just like the seed, right? And so those tears was just like watering that seed because it's like, I'm coming. I just want you to feel what I felt. And it's just a little bit. It was like I got a raindrop of what that, and that was a lot of emotion. So when I was like this, I've been pulled into that energy again. I'm excited to do that show because I know like that was the whole basis of my podcast. And as I've been growing, this is season 6. 6 is Venus energy. 6 is it's that mother, because the mother holds the foundation of the family. If this is family energy, then it's time to come back together. Who brings everything together? Big Mama, And so it's like everybody needs to start to respect that energy more. Like understanding that, like if you need something, you water it. If you want a flower to grow, you water it, right? You want a plant to grow, you go water it. But we disrespect what we need. Like we don't respect it. We don't bring it to the forefront as much. It doesn't, like if I speak on the mother, you know how many people like block. You know how many people block me just from being a spiritual being versus being following certain road because God has called me to this. So like the mother energy, just to be able to stand in the energy to where someone tried to hide you for so long and now it won't be hidden. And you've known it for so long, but you still have to, it's like do not deny. Remember when they say like, will you deny Christ?
Yes.
The mother. Will you deny her when she returns?
But will you die for him?
And will they die for the mother? Will they look right now? Are we willing to protect what creates? Women and children are under attack. It's been under attack. I feel like that's the most unsafest place to be is a woman or a child right now. And that's what I'm saying. That energy is very exposed right now. The mother is exposed, but that energy is needed right now for healing. It's like it's needed for everything that's going on. It's needed for the chaos and it's needed for the healing.
I agree.
So it has to be nurtured though. It has to be. It can't just nurture. It has to be nurtured. It can't just appear. We have to call it in. Like that energy has to
be. I'll tell you like this, I agree with you. And I'm excited about what you're going to bring for your presentation for Mother this year. I'm excited to see because, this could be a very long conversation today, but we're not going to take it there. We're going to say something for later. So all y'all is listening, make sure you pop in, you check in, you got your little notifications on so you know when the Goddess Rael is going live with the Mother Show, because we're going to be talking about a whole lot of this and more, I'm sure. One of the things that I definitely strongly resonate with and have been a very vocal advocate about is the uniting of the women and the importance of that in moving forward. As individual women, we are amazing. We are Shaka Khan. We are every woman. We are Whitney Houston. We are the ones, right? I agree all day long. But one of the things you said that is very true, and thank you for being so vulnerable, is that nobody asks how you feeling. We still get things done. You made a very important point when you said that people are disrespecting Mother Earth. They are disrespecting the very thing that keeps them alive, but yet and still she still produces. And think about, as women, we take all the abuse and we still produce. We still bring it home. We bring home the bacon, we cook the bacon, we serve the bacon, we wash the dishes, we clean up the bathroom after the bacon. Like what the Rotten Jones, man? Do I gotta do everything? Do I gotta do everything? Because if I gotta do everything, why are we even doing this? Because I don't need all that. I don't even eat bacon. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll bring home the bacon because you want it. And this is Mother Earth giving us these things.
Yes.
And we're not even grateful. She's like, I ain't gotta give you that.
No.
There's a verse.
Take it all away.
You know what? Ramadan is coming to an end. And again, Eid al-Kareem and Eid al-Mubarak to everybody that's Muslim. On Fridays, we read Surah Al-Kahf and Surah Al-Mulk, right? And at the end of the surah, it says, if we were to take away all of your water, who could bring you flowing water? If the water just stopped, where are we going to get some water from? So you are being disrespectful, but you still want to be able to turn on the spigot and get some water though. It's like make up your mind. You want clean water, but you selling bottled water because the water dirty because you don't want to clean it. Wait, what? Make up your mind. How you want clean water and it's actual water there, but you rather bottle some water and leave the other water dirty. What?
What?
Where's the logic?
That's what I'm saying.
And that's what else mother brings back to the table. Practicality. Mother is practical. Mother is the one who make $1 out of 15 cents.
For sure.
You know, dad bring home 15 cents, mama make it $1. That's what she do. She is Wonder Woman. We wonder how the hell she doing what she doing. I wonder why we ain't dead yet. If I was Mother Nature, I'd be like, I ain't giving them another damn vegetable. They ain't had real vegetables since 49. You know what I'm saying? Like, what? I ain't giving them no more water.
And that's why I'm so grateful for Mother Nature.
What?
Because I be having them same damn thoughts. Like, you know what?
Nothing. Matter of fact, I'm turning off the sun for 10 months. What is they talking about? Go on, sit in the house, read a book. Read a book.
10 months, they won't live through that.
But you understand. So I love the fact that, you know, we add this levity to it, but it's a very serious thing. We need each other desperately because this work is very tiring and one person can't do it. And I'm going to tell you now, we need our men more than ever. We need our men more than ever. There's no way that we can continue to go at the rate that we are without our men's support. The men got to take some of this weight so we could breathe. We cannot float things way down.
My Lisa, you better come on over to Pronoia so we can talk about that because you know I'm ready. I already know. Don't even go there.
I got to be able to pass the weight off so I can get light.
Yes.
Bruh. Yes. You want us to rise in power. Listen. I can't rise holding on to the anchor.
Do you see Buddha going to work 9 to 5? No, he got to be connected to divine so he can give you the messages. You don't want no message from no Buddha that got to go to work every day. He distorted. He out there in the world all fucked up. You can't
He is not at McDonald's. Exactly. He's not there.
He is not working 12 hours because he can't.
He does not want fries with that. But I'm really glad that we're having these conversations, and I look forward to your next offering on this, sis. And I thank you for always including me. You know how much I love my mommy, and you know how much I miss my mommy, and I cry for my mommy every day. I was crying for my mommy on Monday. I'm not ashamed. I got some really disheartening news, and I was telling Nick, I looked at my phone full of phone numbers, looked at my Instagram full of followers, looked at my Facebook full of followers, and it wasn't one person I wanted to talk to but my mother. That was it, because nobody else could understand the weight of what had just been said to me. You know what I mean? Like, and so when we have these moments when we talk about the return of the mother, you know, it's much more than physical. It's a return to a safety that mother provides. Because I should have felt safe enough to call somebody. I should have had somebody in that list to call and feel just as safe as when I call my mom. And that's just the bottom line. And I have been that person for people, so I know it exists. You know what I mean? And so we have to do better, you know, as women, as sisters, mothers, friends, wives. You know what I mean? Wives, all the women out there that are married, get in those husbands' ears. Talk to your husbands. Help them understand what's happening. Help them understand the transformation that's taking place and what they can do to be a part of it. You know, it's talking about, like, even that book that you have, just sitting down, using that as a conversation starter will help people to start to understand their roles better. Because we need our men just as much in this movement as we do our women. Because real wisdom is understanding what to do with the tools that you have, and our men are tools. They are the squad. They are squad. We should be able to say man up and not be a person sitting in the room. Everybody should be at attention, ready for action. Have you ever seen the NOI or the FOI.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? The fruit of Islam. Boy, they say ready. Everybody be stepping so hard. You be like, whoa, wait, what? Thunder done happened. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I love to see that for us, but I know in order to get there, the women are going to have to get there. And in order for the women to get there, we got to continue to heal. In order for us to continue to heal, we got to know who we are. And in order for us to know who we are, we have to read and share.
Yeah.
So this is why we read books, people.
Yes.
This is why we share books, people. And we thank the goddess Rael for coming on with us today and sharing her books and her honorable mentions. And we look forward to your next offering on the mother. Nick, I mean, I you know I can go with the goddess all day. So I'm gonna go ahead and give it to you. Let you close us out because we are coming up on the hour.
All right. Well, I mean, I give the last word to the goddess. Let her close out with whatever she want to close out. Take as much time as you need. Let us know what you got coming up and all of that on season 6, and
yes.
Along with the goddess show, all the other programs and shows you got coming up, just run down the whole thing for them.
I got a whole bunch of
you a ham. You want your show promoted, sir. I see what you do. I see what you do.
My show already happened. My show passed already.
Like you ain't got another one coming. That was fire, boy. Congratulations to Pronoia. They popping out all the Starseeds. I'm loving all the premieres. I was like, look at the premiere. So y'all keep on doing what y'all doing over there. Loving it.
Yep, they were in the chat too. They were in the chat.
Yes, I saw your Pronoia Starseed family there. I love it. Welcome everybody.
Yes,
come on, goddess. Tell us what you got for us, baby girl.
It's a lot going on at Pronoia right now. Sheesh. I got so many reels lined up. I had to go ahead and schedule them because there's so many shows coming out. Yeah, because I won't even remember. I got a lot going on. I'm juggling balls, but it's exciting. It's exciting. Over in Pronoia, I'm herding cats. I love the Starseeds, but it's like trying to get everybody together. Woo! I am working on. So each Starseed does have a new intro video. So every time you tap into a Starseed show, we will be premiering their new intro video this month. So we have premiered Mr. Westbrook's. We have premiered Smart Video Girl. And we just premiered Knowledge Born Allah. So on tomorrow, Temple Talks with Patah is in the building. We'll be premiering his intro. And we'll also, no, not tomorrow. What am I talking about? Tonight. I'm sorry. Tonight at 9:30 p.m. ish. Yeah, I don't know time here, but there's a lot of ish over there. But he's on a different time zone too. So we'll see how that works out. He's in Arizona, you guys. So but he'll be tapping in for Temple Talks tonight at 9:30 p.m.ish. And we'll be talking. I'm definitely gonna get into this Jesus and the Lost Goddess, definitely. And then on the 23rd, Claudia is back in the building. That's right. Human Design is here for season 6, and I'm excited. We're gonna be doing Dating by Design this season. Yes. We'll be bringing people together because, I love love. Even if I ain't in love, I love love. And even when I am in love, I love love. I love love. I mean, how can I not love love? I am love. Yes. Venus. Like, I'll be feeling love all the time. I love to see people in love. And I love when people doing stuff with their pets and stuff. I just be all gushy. So why not take that energy and put it into a show? So we have Dating by Design. So if you're interested in dating, now it's not just about dating. If you're interested in dating, of course, but if you're interested, you have a best friend and you want to see how your human design charts match up and how you guys can, bounce off each other, we're going to be doing that this season. If you are already dating someone and you would like to see how your human design charts come together, we'll be doing that this season. And we'll also be doing it with the Starseeds. Me and Claudia are going to start off by looking at our human design charts and seeing, because we was like bread and butter when we met. We ain't broke up since. That's my girl. So shout out to Claudia. She is our human design expert, and she is on the 23rd. And then on the 24th, Mahatma Starseed is in the building. That's right. Peace and blessings, knowledge born Allah. So on the 24th, Mahatma Starseed is our sound frequency healer, and she is also going to be teaching us how to what did she say? She's basically going to be teaching us her yoga techniques as well, and to teach us how to have our souls breathe through our bodies. I don't know. She made it more eloquent. I try to be, eloquent sometimes, but I couldn't remember what she said. She said something like that, but it was beautiful. She's going to be teaching us a lot. So she's our sound frequency healer. If you don't know who Mahatma Starseed is, she has come over on Tarot Tuesdays. She does so much. And she plays the sound bowls. She plays the she does work with the tuning forks. She plays the flute. She's very multifaceted. So I'm excited to have her as a starseed. She'll be in on the 24th. And then on the 27th, King Adonis is in the building with the Rose Corner. And he's going to give you all you need and everything you need. We did cardology with him. I don't be knowing what King Adonis is going to do, because the Rose Corner is about blooming and blossoming. So it's about growing and going with the flow. And so I allow him to do what he do at the Rose Corner. So we shall see what that's all about on the 27th. And then on the 31st, I am back in the building with a Transformation Tuesdays with Please Don't Slay My Dragon Part 3. And it is You Are the Last Dragon. So we're going to get into that movie and what it's all about and breaking down the I am in I am. And then we do have Master Mondays, which is a new show on Pronoia. It'll be rolling out in April. Once a month, we'll be highlighting a master teacher. We'll be listening to a lecture, maybe between 15 and 20 minutes. And then we'll be discussing it and how it affects us now during this time of Aquarius and in the shift of energy. Of course, we're going to be focusing on the mother this season. I'm excited to invite Mama Ru back officially to Pronoia for the mother show. And yes, y'all know I get distracted by the comments. I gotta stop doing that. I'm like squirrel. So yes, I'm excited. Pronoia is jumping over there. If you are not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. That's the beautiful thing. We're growing. We were on break and we grew. We grew on break, y'all. So shout out to Pronoia and people actually going and watching organically. This is a growing movement. I've always wanted a starseed family. There was lots of families I did not fit in with. And finally, I decided to build my own home. And guess what? The tribe found me and I found the tribe. So welcome to Pronoia. When you get a chance, come on over. I'll be happy to have you. And that's what I got going on for this month. Next month, Mr. Westbrook is back in the building, April the 11th. I'm going to put that drop in. He's going to give you the 411 on the 411. So make sure you tapped in on that. Oh, that's so dope. Just the numbers and the numbers and the numbers. Oh, it's so dope. So yes, Mr. Westbrooks is back in the building. And the rest of the Starseed, Knowledge Born 419. King Adonis is 417. So we filling up the calendar. So be on the lookout for the April calendar. Make sure you follow me on IG. I always put out a calendar announcement with the upcoming show so that you can tap in. That's a mouthful. So thank you. I appreciate being here. I really enjoyed my time. I got a little stuck when I was talking earlier because, I was a little nervous, but I really had a good time, and the energy is beautiful over here. It feels almost like I'm at Pronoia, but it's a little dark in y'all background. Y'all need some space or some planets or something back then. I'm just joking.
look, you the technology whiz, so you want us to have some stars.
Oh, I got you. Well, I'm gonna set it up. You have books flying and shit. I'll have everything going on over that.
Yeah. You
look, you know me. I'm modest. I got my books and my Hello Kitties and my Spider-Man. Everybody hanging out behind me.
I love it.
My Hot Wheels cars. So I'm over here with my toy collection and my book collection. But you have some amazing things coming up, and I love all the Starseeds. I've watched them all, and it's so funny. Many of the Starseeds I remember when you met them. I remember when you met Claudia. I know when you met Knowledge and Nick. I remember when you met Mahatma the first time she came on. So it's like just watching you guys grow is so amazing, and I'm loving it. It's really, like you said, it's very organic, and it's just beautiful to see. You know, as a mother who, you know, my youngest is just turned 28 and my oldest is about to turn 40 on the 1st of June. And you know, to see that there are peers doing the work and doing the things helps me feel secure that they're not alone in their journey, because my children too were homeschooled. They are a special breed. I tell you like this, I will put my children in the room with anybody because I know they can hold their own, from the oldest to the youngest, and my grandchildren. Don't sleep on them neither, because they some smart little wizards and things, you know. But I really enjoy what you do at Pronoia, so continue success with that. Nick, you know I support everything you do, my brother. We have been doing this thing for a minute together. We are family. Can't nobody change that for sure. So I really am supportive of all of this, and I love it. I just really do, and I'm glad to be a witness to it. You know what I mean?
Let me just say one thing before we go off. Like, you know, if nobody else knows how important it was for me to have the right people around me on my spiritual journey. And she also knows how difficult it has been of a journey to find the right people. So knowing that you are surrounded by people who can see you and are not rooting against you behind your back, but actually are cheering you on behind your back is crazy business. Like, I ain't never had that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate y'all for real, because it's important. It's more important than you ever know until you realize that you didn't have people rooting for you. That's when you realize how important it is to have people rooting for you. So sometimes those losses are for you to, you know, appreciate what you do have. So I am appreciative of the Starseeds for real, because Pronoia is bigger than what I thought it was going to be, and I know it just continues to grow, and it's because people are with you. And I'm excited.
Look at that sweet little Pisces baby. Oh my goodness! Come here, baby. Let me hold you up. You know what I'm saying? Your mama's so proud of you right now, girl.
I know. She's sitting right here. She right behind me.
She is. She always look, mommy right there. I know she's always there. Yeah. Trust me. I know, baby. I believe me. I know, and I'm very proud of you. And it's exciting to watch you do what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? It's just really exciting. So I'm glad to be a witness to it. I will be a witness that you are doing the work. Appreciate you, baby. Thank you so much for being here with us today. Well, Nick, I mean, what an amazing show. You know, it's funny because, you know, we usually have all the books, the surprises, but the sister that showed us up with her honorable mentions. Don't forget to put those in the chat for everybody. God is Rael. She showed us, she gave us that wonderful offering, the beginnings of that book that we'll get to see more of as we move forward. And it has just been a wonderful afternoon. And I'm very grateful that you came and you shared with us today. And again, anyone that has some books out there you want to share, we're here. This is what we do. We love to hear about your books. We love to hear your experiences, you know, what you found. You know what? Sometimes we find books that didn't resonate with us. And it's important to share those as well, because they may be for somebody else.
That's true.
You know what I mean? My daughter and I were just talking about that, how some things are not for you. You come across it, but it's to pass on to somebody else. So, you know, if you have books that you want to talk about, hey, this one didn't quite resonate with me. Did anybody else read this one? And, you know, and you'd be surprised what a great conversation starter that is even. So, you know, when it comes to books, all things nerd, I got all the conversation starters. Because this is what I love to talk about. But I thank you so much, Rael. Nick, what you got for us, beloved? You can take us on out of here.
Yep,
I'm going outside in the sunshine.
Me too.
I don't care if it's cold.
That's what we all doing. Yeah, that's what we all doing. But yes, I have to express my gratitude as well for coming on. We finally made it happen, because we've been calling her to come on up because he be real chatty and active in the chat, you know. So be like, bring your ass up here then.
Yes. I love that. I love that.
And then
I
you know,
love that.
And showing us books when she's over on her channel, like come on now, like bring that over here. You already doing it over there. Bring it on over here.
Yes.
But you definitely fit right in. Actually, you end up doing what you did. Though, see, the only thing we didn't have the music to set the mood for you. We ain't had the music.
Oh, you know, she played 2 hours of music.
we ain't had the music, and we ain't had the planets moving around in the background,
and the booms, and the crashes, and the noises. We ain't had that.
The explosions and all that. But you got into your channeling. You know, you just had to get warmed up a little bit, and then channeling came. It came anyway. So
it's what I do. That's why when I read something, I just let it. I don't read it too long. I let it sit, and then all of a sudden I start. Oh shit! That's what that was. Oh, I got it. Let me go read it again. This book did that to me. That's what it did. It just opened me up. So thank you for allowing me. Like, you opened me up by giving me that offer. It brought me to this book. Nothing happens for no reason. Tipping point. Read that book. Tipping point. Make sure you read it. For real, y'all. Read that book. If nothing else, read this book right here. Tipping point. Yes. I read it to the pages fell out. It is an amazing book, and it kind of gives you an idea that everything you do matters, from just the smallest things. And so, just even having that invite, it opened me up to. I wouldn't have read this book if I ain't been over here. I wasn't going to it. And you say, oh yeah. It was like,
yeah.
Love it.
Yes. So, you know, y'all got all the dates. As far as UnRead, you know, she got all the dates for Pronoia. As far as UnRead, I'm not sure what we're gonna do on the 4th. I'm gonna be presenting at Refile. You know,
we're gonna be live.
Yeah, we're gonna be. So we're gonna be live over there.
Yeah.
All right, we can do it that way then.
Come on, you know I gotta let people see you when you in action. You guys never saw Nick give a lecture. It is awesome. Awesome to watch him give lectures. He'll be at Refile, and then we'll be back there again for a Mother's Day talk later on in May. So exciting times coming up. Maybe we get Goddess Rael come up and watch us on our turf for a little bit. We get busy in the bricks, baby.
Oh, I'll come up for sure. Yeah.
So we will. So we'll have a special edition on the next Saturday. The next UnRead Saturday will be a special edition for y'all.
Absolutely. I'm excited about that.
Yes,
so
indeed.
We'll see everybody in 2 weeks. This has been another episode of UnRead with Nick and Rue, and we had the Goddess Rael over here sharing the goodness with us. We'll be over there watching everything she got going on, and all the Pronoia Starseeds. Thank you for everybody that came out and spent some time with us on this Saturday. Like I said, it's beautiful outside, but it was still cold. But we love to pretend, don't we? So we're gonna get out there. We're gonna remember that today is the first day of spring. Happy spring to everybody. And again, enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for being here with us. Remember to subscribe, follow us, get this information, and just know we are here for your book needs and otherwise. We talk about a whole bunch of stuff. You'd be surprised what you can find over here. So
Unmasking Morality coming up too.
Say again.
Unmasking Morality coming up too.
Oh yes, Unmasking Morality is on the 23rd at 7 p.m. Zoom link is there. We'll put that information up. Yes, that's part of our continuing our human rights work that we do in the winter. We are at the end of the winter season. Retire Your Family Karma, all that over. Oh, you can check out that video for the end of the year, for the end of the study. So that'll be something that you guys can check out as well. But I am good, Nick. I've had a good time, and I'm excited to be seeing what's coming up next. And my phone, I'm gonna tell you like this: if it keeps slotting like this, we're gonna have a whole problem. But anyway, at least it didn't fall down, right, Nick?
That's right. Made it through. It made it to the end. All
It
right,
didn't
so,
fall down and it didn't freeze.
oh yeah, we good.
So we fortunate right now. I'm feeling great. Thank you so much, everybody. I'm your sister Rue. I'll catch you next time. Peace.
Peace.